2019. These are questions that you've purchased on my website, EmanuelleMcIntosh.com, which opens on the 1st of every month. So let's get started because I know you guys have been waiting for these. Okay, let me pick up my first question. Okay. My first question is from Michaela from Oklahoma. Michaela, your question is, hi Emma, I've been a diehard Beatles fan since high school, and I have always felt closest to John Lennon. About 2 years ago, I started seeing him in my dreams, which was pretty random to me because they were so vivid. My question is if he's some sort of guide in my journey. I do feel like he leads me to my awakening, and I'm sure that those dreams I saw was him, but I would love to hear what he has to say. Many blessings to you all, Michaela. Wow, John Lennon. Okay. Let me see if I can get him in, if I can connect to him. I've done an interview with him once. He was a very gentle energy. He says, hello, Michaela. He says, many blessings, my sweet soul. My presence and guidance was requested by you when you started to create the awareness that requesting the assistance of those who are known to the world but not personally connected to you is allowed and 100% possible. He says, my calmness and sense of freedom in regards to releasing all materialistic dependencies and releasing all collective beliefs is what attracts you to me. So I'm happy to tell you that I am with you and assisting you in your awakening process. I am guiding many to see through the mist of lies that are placed around all people. So keep following the light that shines inside of you, and it will lead you to a clearer place where the blinding mist has dissolved by a wind of universal truth. I love you, and keep opening your awareness to me, and you will then see that our communication can be clear and pure, he says. So I hope that helps straighten things out, Michaela. He's sending his love to the world. He's saying love for all is the only medicine for the pain of today's world. There you go. Okay. Let me find my next question. This is Kate from the UK. I have two lovely, wonderful family members in spirit, Eric and Doreen. I do hope that they are having a ball over there. Eric in particular was a character. I became part of their family in 2002 and was instantly made welcome. My question is for Doreen. Does she know what it was that I put in her coffin with her before her body was cremated? I would love to know if her spirit was watching as we viewed her body. Happy New Year to you and Gerald. Happy New Year to you too. Okay, let me see. Doreen feels more like a protector. She feels like a protector, like a motherly kind of a mother hen. I'll call it that. That's what her energy feels like protective, nurturing, things like that. She says that she chose not to be present during the funeral because it was so hard to see and feel the people that you love being sad, she says, and feeling that they are being disconnected from you while you are connecting to everyone else. So just imagine, she says, being in front of everyone, talking to them, trying everything you can to communicate to them, trying to let them know that I'm okay, and your loved ones just can't see you, or they can't even feel your presence. So that was very stressful for me at the beginning of my transitioning, because it's really hard for me to see my family be so sad over a loss that isn't really a loss. And my family was my everything. So my guide came and brought me home, explaining that they will help me to remember how to connect to my loved ones. She says this was going to happen after, let's just call it the homecoming detox. She says when she came home, someone named Neil really comforted her and guided her to reconnect with her true essence, which helped her to now come and visit all the time, trying to help with some of the fears and the stress situations that her loved ones are going through. So she says she loves her family very, very much, and she is guiding all of them if only they would be willing to listen. She's laughing because she says, y'all are stubborn people, but I love every single one of you. So, my advice to you, she says, is please live in the now. And that way you will pick up a lot more on my messages. So, open up the awareness to what you're doing in this moment, and you will notice my communication will come more clear every day. So, I love you. Don't worry so much. Everything has a plan, she says, because you're very stressed out and very worried at this moment. But know that we are working with you all. Know that I love you all very much, and know that everything has meaning and purpose. So don't make it harder on yourself than it really needs to be. Okay, so I hope that helps, sweetie. Okay. My next question is from somebody who wants to stay anonymous, from Germany. Your question: I have two wonderful, amazing children, and I'm very, very happy with those children and my partner. But when I discovered that I was pregnant again at the end of last year, I felt torn because I was so happy about another child, but yet the timing was so unfitting. I never thought that I would have an abortion before and was very emotional about it. But when we looked at all aspects, we decided on ending this pregnancy, and I had an abortion. I felt bad about it right away, and I think it might have been the wrong decision. I want to let the soul know that I am sorry and I love you. We do want to have another child, and my question is, will it happen for me that I will be pregnant again, give birth, and parent another healthy child? And is it possible that the same soul that we know sent away could come to us again then? Thank you for answering my question. I am deeply thankful. Blessings, Johanna. Whew, okay. All right. Okay, Eric's taking this question, if that's okay. Okay, Eric says that feeling bad about the abortion is not necessary, as the spirit knows and understands that at that time you didn't feel ready for the task at hand, and that spirit will be coming in whenever the time is right. So also understand that not all spirits linked to a pregnancy have fully inhabited their physical bodies, but instead hop between the different dimensions of existence, with the exception, of course, of some spirits who want to have the experiencing of being in the womb. Eric also says that getting pregnant again will be a bit more challenging next time, but it is definitely possible. And please have more faith within yourself and within each other. You guys can handle anything you do as a team. So try and find more balance between work and family time and make sure that the communication as a couple is open, clear, and without restrictions. So that's Eric's advice for you guys. I hope that helps a bit, sweethearts. Okay. My next question is Vanessa from South Carolina. Happy New Year, Emanuelle. Happy New Year, Vanessa. I am asking a question on behalf of my daughter. She had a miscarriage at 11 weeks and it felt hard on her a couple of years ago. She blamed herself for a long time vocally, and even though she's had another baby since and loves this baby, of course, she still feels a blame for the miscarriage and she cries at times. My question is, can a spirit come through from a baby that didn't make it into this new world? Thank you so much, and many blessings to you and your family for a prosperous 2019. Okay, so this is for your daughter. Okay, Eric again. Eric says, again, no need to victimize yourself with self-blame, as the body was not going to be healthy enough to sustain a healthy life. So the soul decided to end the creation process and was reborn as Ivory. A very spirited, he says, a very strong-minded soul who's here to teach you guys how to truly enjoy life instead of how to survive life. So just some advice to your daughter. He says a healthy mind creates a healthy body. So work on healing the many fears that you hold onto in this lifetime and replace them with a knowing and an understanding that God's source does not make mistakes and that all is as it should be. So understand that you are the creator of this journey and attract the experiences in your life, and that you don't also have to change them for the better by removing false beliefs, by damaging perspectives, and by replacing them with positive, more truthful perspectives, thoughts, and feelings. So know that you're in control of what you attract in the future. So he says, take that responsibility. Own it, he says. He showed me the heart. Own the responsibility, and you will see that you will no longer have to direct everything and control everything, but that by just changing your perspectives and releasing all the muck that's been attached to you, releasing all the false beliefs and everything like that, you will get a clearer view of the path that is ahead of you. Hence, fear is no longer necessary. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, my next question is Juan from California. Dear Emma, could you please tell me who was I in my past lives? Many thanks. Happy New Year to you and your wonderful family, Juan. Thank you, Juan. Many blessings to you for this year as well. Many blessings to all of you. May this be a good year of rebuilding and sowing seeds so we can reap them in 2020. Okay. Okay, so Juan, your team is going like, well, you've created about 259 lives for yourself. So let us just pick one life out that was very expansive for your soul, okay? That created massive growth for your beingness, um, for your spiritual self. And guess what? The ones who are most expansive for our soul, for our energy, are usually the most uncomfortable ones. Just saying is what they're saying. Okay, they're saying you've had a powerful life, a, a life full of wisdom and life lessons and struggles as a Spartan soldier. So you were one of the Sparta um, soldiers. I always have to think of that movie for some reason. They're just giving me a picture of what you looked like. You're not the prettiest. I'm sorry. You just look really rough and beat up. I'm sorry. Um, you have a lot of scars. Okay, so they're saying that this was a life where all sensory of fear had been trained out of you. It just had been trained out of you. So you were taught to become fearless and thus become very powerful. However, despite the fearlessness, nothing prepared you for the extreme loss you felt when your pregnant wife, who kept you grounded in this lifetime, and your unborn twin boys died of complications during the pregnancy. You no longer had other family members to turn to, and so you weren't really able to talk to friends about this grief because it was considered to be a sign of weakness. So your grief turned into anger and it turned into hate and eventually ended up into a self-destruction. Now, luckily, one night, your wife appeared to you in a dream, expressing her desires for you to find new love and expressing what direction she thought you should move into. So after you woke up, your vision of the future kind of changed and you decided to become the person she told you you should be. So you left your community, your family, your fellow Spartans, let's call it that, and you traveled around the world. You were healing as you expanded your spiritual knowledge and wisdom, learning to find acceptance and surrendering to the natural flow of the universe. You were finding peace and harmony within, and you really were transcending yourself into a higher vibrational state. So you eventually became a teacher to others and found love again. You ended up living a long life with loved ones by your side. So it was a tough life, but it was a life that was transforming. It was a transcending life from one current state into another current state. So despite the struggles, it was a very rewarding experience and one of the most hard but also the most rewarding lives you've ever had. So there you go. There you go, Juan. That was one of your very powerful lives. Okay, my next question is Regina from California. My question is that I would like to know if my spiritual support team has any messages for me going into 2019. With gratitude and infinite love, Regina from California. Okay, Regina, hello, hello. Okay, they're answering kind of as a collective. I hope that's okay. They are saying that the new year comes with recreative energy that will allow you to continue to build your own reality around the newly rediscovered universal truths and laws. And you have just recently fully embraced your own creative skills and are becoming the manifester of your future, of your new future. So continue to become what you know, spiritualize the intellectual, and use your channeling abilities, which you should allow to flow naturally from your heart and not your mind. And so use them to guide you to the perfect healing and communication approach for every individual patient that you see. So embrace the knowing that you are a channel through which people heal. So just be as natural as you can be, and the healing will flow out of you through channeling and intuitive connections to the patient's energy and to their soul. So have faith that you do not need to change anything. You do not need to add anything. You just need to become more of you. And once you do that and you just allow yourself to be your natural you with your patients, that will increase the healing quality and the healing abilities during your practice, during your job. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit, Regina. Okay, my next question is Violet from Switzerland. Hi, Emma. I am Violet from Switzerland. Hello, Violet. Thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. My partner has been suffering from panic attacks for several years now. In certain moments, he is scared of passing out or even dying. Ooh. After some months of psychotherapy, he is dealing much better with the attacks, but he would like to completely avoid these bad feelings. What would really help him? Thank you so much, and lots of love and light for you and your family, Violet. Right. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Okay, this is my angel Marna, who wants to take this question. Marna says that the panic attacks are not just caused by his mind, for example, how he feels and experiences life, but they're also caused because of a bad circulatory system in the body, which causes a lack of oxygen reaching the brain at times, sparking these panic attacks. So she's just showing me the blood flow. She's just showing me that there's not a good circulation going on in the body, which reduces the amount of oxygen being transported in the body, therefore creating moments of lack of oxygen in the brain, which causes and triggers these panic attacks. So she says creating a steady routine for his life where daily meditation and at least 20 to 40 minutes of physical exercising like walking or swimming or dancing, 20 minutes a day is necessary to heal the mind and the body. So also use deep breathing exercises to interrupt his autopilot, which will bring him into the now moment and increase the oxygen levels in the body, which will help the healing process of that body as well. So by learning to control your breathing, you can calm yourself down when you begin to feel the anxiety coming up, when it starts to kind of bubble inside of you. And if you know how to control your breathing, you're also less likely to have them. So oxygen therapy is also another option. However, it can be very pricey. So you will have to look into that. If he is willing, mindfulness therapy can also be life-changing for him. Either way, he needs to understand that he is the only one who can heal this by making the changes that are necessary to create the desired state of being. So adjust the routine, the daily routine, um, gain control over your breathing, heal the mind. Okay, all of that can be achieved with mindfulness therapy. So maybe look into that. Maybe look into oxygen therapy. I'm just kind of recouping what Marna says. And really heal the mind as well. Let go of fears, false beliefs, restrictive thoughts, um, autopilots, and so on and so forth. So it's a little bit of everything, but she's saying this can be resolved. Okay, it's not hopeless. It can be resolved. So those are just a few tips for him, and I hope he will have the courage to try them out on a daily basis. It takes a little bit of self-discipline, but it might help him to overcome and transcend these panic attacks. Okay. My next question is Shirley from the UK. Could you please ask my spiritual team what advice they could give me with regards to opening, strengthening, and deepening my spiritual connection to them, my higher self, and to interdimensional beings this year? What should I focus on? Would connecting with any tools help? Blessings and love, your channel, Shirley. Okay, Shirley. Your team says that everything starts with developing a healthy mind and perspective on life, because if we're still struggling with fear, control, feeling victimized, feeling separated, and so on, then we're always staying in a vibration that blindfolds us from our true self. So hence we never allow ourselves to remember who we truly are and use the gifts properly that have been given to all of us. So our advice is work on healing the self first by peeling off the false and restrictive beliefs, healing the fears, and becoming your purest self. Stop intellectualizing who you believe you are or should be, but instead become what you know. So live life according to your new gained beliefs. As Emma would say, do not intellectualize the spiritual, but spiritualize the intellectual. Which means don't overthink everything. Only become who you believe you are. That's really what it comes to. And only then your vibrational frequency will reach a higher level, bringing you closer to your higher self and increasing your connection with the spirits and the universe around you. So connection to all that is, connection to spirit, connection to your higher self, all starts with becoming your true self. Not just having an idea of who you are, but actually becoming and being daily who you're supposed to be. So I hope that helps a bit, sweetie. Many blessings to you, Shirley. Know that I have classes to help you with what they are saying. Just contact me and I'll help you to guide you in the right class. Okay. But it's true what they say. If you're not in a peaceful state of mind every day, it's really hard to connect with a pure, or have that pure connection, that pure, to become that pure messenger. You have to be pure inside. You have to release all the walls that are built upon us that block those signals. It's as simple as that. You got to clear everything out. You got to, not only clear your house, but clear your body, clear your mind of all the muck and the rubbish that's placed upon us from the moment we're born. From the moment we're born, we're programmed to be somebody that we're not. So you need to deprogram everything so you can find your true self and then grow from there. And that's just my advice to everyone who's listening. I get so many people who want to connect and who are having such a hard time, but you cannot connect if you're constantly living in a state of fear, if you're constantly living in a state of being a victim, whether you are victimized by others, victimized by your own thoughts, victimized by your own fears. You need to transcend victim consciousness, move into manifestor consciousness before you can even get a clear signal, an open signal. You're always connected. The problem is we don't receive what they're sending us because there's too much garbage in the way. There's too much interference for that energetic frequency to get through purely. Just imagine you're a radio and they are sending you vibrations of information. And when there's too much, it's like, it's like our earth. When you look at around the earth now, it's orbiting all this trash from all the stuff we've put up there. And so they're trying to send us a signal, but it has to go through that trash in order to get to us. So either it bounces off something, fears, it just bounces off and it goes back to them, but it doesn't get through to us. It has to go through a whole bunch of junk in order to get there. So sometimes by the time the message gets to us, it's all distorted by our own belief systems, by all these false ideas and false laws that we were brainwashed with. So then we get messages in, but they either don't make sense or the information has been distorted and we are receiving wrong information, which we then truly believe. And then you have another problem. That is why, sometimes there are people who channel but are getting different informations about the same question because there's just too much junk still available, and it just distorts everything. So it's getting like a distorted signal. So clear the mess out, and like I said, go to my classes. I have classes on there to help you do that. Okay, question 9 is from Chiara from Italy. My question is, why I have so much trouble to stay present, focused, and centered. I often am in status, like my energy is out of center, almost as if I live in a dream-like status, which is also the reason why I suppose my job, no matter how much love and passion I have for it, didn't bloom yet. Any advice? Hugs, Chiara. Okay, Chiara. My guide Eric says it's because you're not grounded in this human life and in this human body. So your energetic body floats in and out of connection with your physical body, which causes, he's showing me, fluctuation in your energy. Now, you can ground yourself by connecting to Mother Earth, by taking daily walks in nature, walking barefoot in the grass or sand, or connecting to trees and animals. Also, wearing natural stones like obsidian or red jasper works great for protection and grounding. He says, I also recommend doing an active meditation like Tai Chi or yoga, where you can connect to your body and your human environment on earth. So, because he says, you do meditate, but it's not giving you the results that you want. And that's because you're just not the kind of person that does well with just sitting still. You're a person who needs active meditation, because then you're grounding yourself, you're hooking yourself into your human body and into this planet. So, and that's what you need. So he says, last tip is to add pink salt or root vegetables or nuts or beans or dark chocolate to your diet. So introduce these tips into your daily routine, and you will start to feel more grounded, which will result in more energy, more focus, more balance, more abundance, and thus that will lead to more success. Okay, so I hope that helps, Chiara. Okay, my last question is from Val from Louisiana. Emma, my husband, and I recently got married, and he felt a presence at the wedding and wanted to know who in spirit was with us. I also have a question. We are having talk about possibly having a baby, and I wanted to know how this would affect my business. I'm starting all over with my business in a new state, so I'm just not sure how all this would work out. Can you and my guides give me some insight on my business and a baby? Also, if my guides have insights, can you mention their name if they choose to respond? Thank you so much for all that you do. That's a lot of questions. You have an angel who's stepping forward. The name that I'm getting in is Jonas. He says, of course, having a baby is going to change your lives. However, if you both work together as a team, as great parents do, and both understand that equality in dividing the task and responsibilities in being a family is necessary to make any family work, you will be just fine. Your business will not suffer from becoming a mom. It will just take some great organization skills. So, if the time feels right, then you go for it. But follow your heart. Don't rush into things because he says, I know you. You're very impatient and you like to rush into things. So do not rush into things with because you believe that you're running out of time, but just follow your heart. When it feels like the right time, then go for it. Okay? Follow your heart always. Don't follow your mind. Don't follow what will be the best time. If it feels right to you now, then go for it. If it feels right to you maybe within a year and you first like to um, experience each other a little bit more, just experience being married, then that is great too. Either way, we will support you and you will be okay. Okay? Because both of you are very smart. Um, you're you're very loving. So all you need to work on, and he's going both of you, need to work on organization skills. Um, Other than that, you will be fine. So please don't hesitate and just follow what feels right to both of you. Both of you. Okay. In regards to who was present, he's saying that many spirits were present and that he's showing me like grandparents. He's showing me there's a father figure that was present as well. But they're showing me a whole group of people. So there was a lot of spiritual activity present during your wedding. They're saying that you looked very beautiful, despite the fact of feeling insecure about it. But I'm not getting any specific names, so it looks like this was just a group of people, of family members and friends that were present from this life. Your angel saying from this lifetime and from other lifetimes. So either you invited them in or they just wanted to have a party. So that's what they're giving me. That's all I'm getting. So I hope that's okay. I'm not really getting any specifics on that. So maybe if we have a reading, maybe they'll come forward one by one. But right now I'm just seeing a group. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting a picture and they're showing me you and your husband, and they're showing me a group of people around you, and there's a balcony there too, and then they're showing me all these spirits that are standing around the living Some are going up the stairs. It looks like they're stairs or something, and they're showing me all these spirits standing, taking a picture with you. So you might want to look at some pictures that were taken, and so you might be able to pick up on some orbs there that were present at the time. Okay, well, that's all I have time for today. I will try and do the other questions by Thursday, hopefully. And that's it for me for now. So I hope you guys got some great answers. I love you, and I will see you guys in a few days.